Day number 14, shape number 5, introducing slides. Enter to win a brand new ukulele from Flight. You probably know how. The information is in the description just in case you don't. That door that slammed frightened me. Go ahead and print out your free tabs pinned in the first comment of the comment section. Ukulele brain attention span and a blues attitude. Once you have those 4 things, follow me on in and let's get bluesy. Day number 14, only 2 days left, and then maybe a little surprise after day 15, who knows. Today we are going to work on shape number 5, all right? So let's jump into the shape, and we're gonna start from the G string. Again, this is a high G, so I'm probably not gonna use this to improvise, but with a low G I would, and even with a high G sometimes I do. 7th fret, 10th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret. So one of the ways that you can find shape 5 easily is find your root note. We have a G note right here. If you bar this is a G minor 7 chord. And when you build the G minor 7 chord, you can build shape 5 off of that. Okay, if we want to turn it into the blues scale, we would add 7-10, 7-10, 8-9-10, 8-10. So just take a while and get a vibe and a feel for the scale. Now, once you get into that, the ornamentation we're working with today is slides. So this very first lick here is just to kind of feel the shape out a little bit. We're going to start on the 8th fret of the E string. We're going to go 8, 10, 7. And that's 1 and 2. Then we have a leap. Now, you can go through the scale note for note, and if you skip a note, it's called a leap. If you skip a couple notes, it's called a big leap. And that's what we're doing. We go from 7 here all the way up to 8, and then 10. 10 being our G note, 10 being our root. So this little riff right here, nice and mellow, 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. All right? Get confident with that. Play that one. Feel good with it. It is the first lick that'll help you feel the scale out. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Getting just a vibe for it, right? 1 and 2. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Oops. Okay, the second lick you see down there, it's almost the same. If I play it once, it goes 1 and 2, 3, 4. The only difference is now, and this is a slide. And so every lick that we're going to use from this one forward, you can use for the challenge, or you can make your own. I would like you to resolve on the G string, use the 5th shape, and add a slide, okay? So what you do for a slide is you strike this note and you keep the pressure down, like you're letting it ring out. And then you move your finger across the fretboard, all while keeping the pressure down, so I'm still fretting this note. One thing that helps me is sometimes people start the slide right before the strike, and that can mess it up. So make sure you play the note and then you slide. Okay, and there are a couple different types of slides in terms of timing. You can strike it and slide right away, or you can strike it and then slide. We'll look at both in this challenge, but this is just a quick slide, we'll call it. Okay? Then we get to that 10th fret, and that is the end of the lick. So if we play our lick, we get 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I'm using my middle finger here, sometimes I'm using my ring finger. Sometimes I'm using my index finger, it looks like. In terms of that one, probably depending on where I would go with the riff. If I'm going to shred more on this half, I'm going to use my ring finger. If I'm planning on moving down the fretboard, I would use my index finger. All right, time to get those slides in there. Same thing, right? 1 and 2, 3, 4. 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 Here's another one with a slide, but we are going to start off with a slide here, sliding 8 to 10, back to 8 on the and then down to 10. Ooh, I need to go with the fretboard. No, that's right, 10th fret. And then once we play this one here, then we're going to do the leap up to 8, and then again slide 8 to 10. So it's 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Oops. Okay, so that is another pretty simple, pretty straightforward, pretty easy lick, and resolving on the root, you should be able to transpose it as well. Double slide action. So we're going to count this one. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Same thing we've been counting, right? We just start off with that quick slide. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. So if we look at this next lick, if you look at it right off the bat, you're going to say, well, I mean, isn't that the same lick? I don't really see what's different. When we go 8 to 10, the other one we go 10 to 8. What's different with this second lick is when we go from the 10th fret to the 8th fret, that first slide, it's 1 and 2. So it's not an instant slide like we've been doing. We go 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and it's going to go 3 and 4. With the ukulele, this one is a little harder because the sustain's not great. I want to teach it to you, but you will probably use this technique more often when you are plugged in, because when you're plugged in, you have a longer sustain. So we go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 3 and 4. One and 2, 3 and 4. Very, very cool lick. And it gives you a little more concept of what it means to be doing these in time. All right, sliding now, and this is going to be important to count it because it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. See how that works? 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Started raining in the middle of this lesson, so I had to turn the ISO up to get it a little brighter, but hopefully it didn't make it too grainy. All right, so here we're going to do another lick, and again, this one is really kind of focusing on one aspect of playing, and that's playing the notes out of the order. It's going to sound like this. Okay, and it's kind of deceptively tricky. 7th fret with your index finger on the C string, 8th fret with your middle finger on the E. 1 and. Then I use my ring finger to play the 10th fret of both the C and the E. 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3. 8th fret here, and I'm going to lay it flat again, where I get the 8th fret of both of those notes. 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But for the 4, we're not going to go 4 and, we're going to go 4 and slide 8 to 10. So really, really slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. Counting this one's pretty straightforward. It's all 8th notes. 1 and 2 and, oh, maybe not as straightforward as I thought. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yeah. Now you're looking at that first one on this lick, probably thinking, what's the P, man? You can't, isn't it a slide day? We're also going to show how you can mix these techniques with great effect. 10 pull to 8, down to 10, 8, 8, slide 8, 10. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Very, very cool. Pull off and a slide, fun. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. This last lick is the hardest. It is a 2-measure lick. Almost all the licks we've done have been up to a single measure, and I hope I haven't given you the conception that a lick needs to be 1 bar. A lick can be 2 bars, a lick can be 3 bars, it can be half a bar, it can be 1.5 bars. You're not limited to that space of just 1 measure, all right? For a teaching purpose, it keeps the tabs a little more organized, so it's a little easier to teach. But from a jamming standpoint, from a playing standpoint, you definitely do not have that limitation. So we're going to do a pull off here with a triplet. 10 pull to 8, down to 10, and then back to 8. 1 pull a 2. 1 pull a 2. 1 pull a 2. 1 pull a 2. Practice it without the pull off if you're struggling with it. 1 pull a 2. 1 pull a 2. 1 pola 2, 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4. Then we're going to do the opposite here, 8 hammer 10, up to 8, and then back to 10. 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4, 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4. Okay, and the second half of this lick, we're going to drop down to this double step, 7th of the C string with your index, 8 with your middle, and we're going to do a triplet there. Triplet, boom. Then slide 8 to 10. Triplet, slide. Triplet, slide. Triplet, slide. 8. When you come up to the 8 here, you're going to want to get there with your ring finger because we're on the 4th beat, going to bend 8 a whole step to the 10th fret. So we get triple 2 and triple 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow, the whole thing. 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4, triple 2, 3, 4. 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4, 1 pola 2, 3, 4. There we go. And so that one has hammer on, pull off, slide, and bend. All right. That's pretty epic. I mean, that's 4 of the ornamentations right there. There's only one left, and it's vibrato. You probably guessed it. We're going to look at that one on day 15. All right. Last one, the big boy. So you count it. 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4, 1 pola 2, 3, 4. 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4. Just get that first measure just like that. 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4. 1 pola 2, 3 pola 4. 1 pola 2, 3, 4. There it is. 2, 3, 4. 4. 1 pola 2. 3 pola 4, 1 pola 2, 3, 4. There it was. 2, 3, 4. Last one, just in time for the sunset. All right, those are some licks to choose from. Feel free to play any of those for your entry or to make your own. You must use shape 5. You must have at least a slide in there. And I prefer you, if you can, to resolve on the G note, either 7th fret of the C or the 10th fret of the A. Love that sound. So day number 14, only one shape away from total domination. You're doing a fantastic job. Gonna see you in 2 days for day number 15. That's kind of a big deal. All right, see you then.